right, man. I got Jason here. I got Cody here. Hopefully, I got other people here. We're going to be talking about Dolphins preseason game versus Bears. I got a little film clip, just one little clip to kind of point out how things maybe not are so dark, although there is things within that I think are hard-coded. So I want to just dig into anything you guys want to talk about, anything any viewers want to talk about this preseason game, what you're seeing. Jason, you haven't been here for a while. Cody, he's my ever reliable. We always get his take. But I want you to kick it off first, brother. How you doing? I heard you were away for a while. I'm glad you're back. You look like you lost weight.
Yeah, bro. I'm down about 180. Yep, down to 180 now, bro. Hitting it up, working out pretty much every day, bro. Cody looks like you lost some weight too.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, the older you get, the harder it gets, bro. So
no, I'm still pudgy 200, man.
Honestly, man, it's I don't know if it's all that going on, but I'm definitely more. I'm gonna keep a more positive attitude when it comes to the Dolphins this year too. Obviously frustration will kick in and all that, but as far as when it comes to the Dolphins, like the team, I'm going to keep a very positive attitude this year. Not that I was negative before, but, it's kind of, how can we not be after 25 years of no playoff success and all the things that we always talk about? But as far as the game yesterday, I actually thought I was pretty, for the first preseason game, there was some good, bad, but I definitely liked what I saw out of Ollie. Well, I love the draft pick when we got Ollie. He's the kind of back that I think we can get back. He's the kind of running back that I think can be a 3-down workhorse back, but not that we're going to need him for that or use him for that. But I do believe that I thought the O-line did some good things early on. I think our depth is an issue there. Malik Washington, Taj Washington, loved them.
They look good.
Actually like that dude Derek McClendon on the edge. I thought he would. Willie Gay seemed to pop up. Ethan Bonner, great PBU that led to a pick. Special teams was like, wow. Seems like just, going off the eye test from last year compared to this year is like huge difference. You know what I'm saying? So just the special teams in general, good returns.
Oh, way better. You can feel it right off the bat.
Yeah, it's like, the quarterback play, Zach Wilson, I did all right. But obviously besides a few bonehead, but that's what you get with Zach Wilson. You get the good, you get the bad. Ewers, obviously not ready,
No, not at all.
On that guy. My knock on that guy is when the live bullets fly and the pass rush starts coming. That's when you really start to see the weakness in his game. But we'll see if he could develop. I mean, I'm not going to judge him off of one preseason game or a training camp. He does have the tools, the size, prototypical, all that. And for a 7th round pick, it's no risk at all for us. Little reward. I mean, high reward, little risk. So, but yeah, I definitely think that he is. We'll see what happens with the development there. But overall, I thought the coverage was pretty sticky. But for the most part, I thought for the DBs, even the 2 touchdowns they gave up, I thought the coverage was pretty good there. I mean, they were just good throws. The 4th down by Bagent and then the one by Case Keenum late in the game. That was a really good throw, I thought. But the coverage was pretty sticky for the most part, besides a few, later on in the game, where it looks like it was a missed assignment or somebody blew a coverage. But I thought the coverage was overall pretty good. And I thought it was a pretty solid game. Yeah, they didn't play their starters. We didn't, but at the same time.
Yeah, we did. We played everybody. Not the whole game, though, but we played a lot.
Right. But all you can do is play the guys in front of you, it's your first, it's the first game. So, yeah, overall, I wasn't disappointed at all. I wouldn't say I was excited, but I definitely was not disappointed in yesterday's performance, and I thought it was a good start.
Yeah, I got a little bit of mixed in there. I agree with some of it. Some of it I don't. I think there's a lot of things that maybe people aren't unhappy about, but I think that it can get corrected. It's possibly, but I think there's some hard-coded issues. But I think there's still a lot of possibility. And we're just too early in I think that the fact that we saw the seconds, it really adds a lot of fog of war. So we have to kind of parse through it and let it play out a little bit more. PJ, my man, what's going on, Mr. PJ? How you doing, brother? Thank you for coming on. Abel. Did I send you a link tonight or not? Maybe I forgot. I'm sorry, Abel, if I did. If you want to come on, just let me know. Totally. I just kind of did my frizzle fry brain tonight, you know. How you doing, brother? Why is the narrative always negative with this franchise? Well, maybe I'm allergic to that question. Well, you know, that's what happens when you've got loads of drama and not a lot of success. And it's winning cures everything. So if we start winning and even if we have all these crazy drama things and we're winning, you could be like the Raiders of the 70s. Problem is we got both. We're not winning and we got lots of drama. So it's going to continue until that gets resolved. I mean, it's just never going to change until that gets resolved. I got this one. BJ, yeah, it's Keenum. That's a thing, you know. The first guy, I can't remember his name. Burgeon. He's not a good quarterback. But Keenum is a pro, man. He's a vet. So he's working against like younger guys. So you got to take that into account. That's a fair account. I didn't think the coverage was that bad.
Started, I think a couple of years ago, he started like half the season or something for the Bears when their quarterback, I forgot who their quarterback was a couple of years ago.
I never heard of him, so I didn't even check it.
Who was it before Caleb? But anyways, yeah, it was Justin Fields. Fields got injured, and or something happened, and Bajent was starting to. He does have some experience, but yeah, it's not like playing the starters. Even though maybe it would have been better if they played Caleb Williams. You know, who knows?
Yeah, you know, I'm not a big Caleb Williams fan. I don't think he's all that great. I mean, he might have been able to do things with his legs, but I don't think any of those guys are really good. I think what's his name? Johnson, the coach?
Ben Johnson.
Oh yeah,
Ben Johnson's an unbelievable OC. He's brilliant. He's really, really good. And he's able to design stuff. He just really knows what he's doing. He is ahead of the curve. There's some stuff he was doing with Detroit that like stunned me. I'd never seen it before.
Yeah, he's got a good staff too. Eric Bieniemy, Al Harris, remember him, and then Dennis Allen. And so he's got a pretty good staff, and he's got a lot. They got a pretty good team. I mean, the talent wise, you know, they got a lot of good players. They had to spend a lot of money in free agency, so a lot of draft picks from the Bryce Young trade. They got, like they were saying yesterday during the game, they got. So yeah, the Bears. I mean, good team. We'll see what happens with them, but yeah.
Yeah, you know, they weren't that good last year. The defense wasn't that good, but you know, everything shifts from year to year. It's hard to say what the coaching change does and what the talent change does. So we'll see. If you want, whatever you want, man. We might as well stay in chat. We're a little scant tonight. Curtis explained this injury to Madison. It was a fractured neck or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
That's bad, dude. That's scary. That's why I say to these guys, man, you could die. Your whole life could be changed forever. Paralysis.
That hit right after that hit too. That looked like it was like the way he got tackled.
You could tell something's happening. Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't. Yeah, he got kind of right on his neck there. You know, so I think that Dolphins. I think they should. I think they should be. I mean, they got to sign a guy for camp, I guess. You know, I mean, for
they just signed a guy today.
Yeah.
Did they sign Jamal Williams?
No, Ski something.
Some guy I've never heard of from the Steelers that's played a few snaps, and he's a small guy. Well, not small, but 5'10", 190, 195. Nothing, not the Madison role that you'd look for, the replacement guy. So I feel like camp body. I don't really know, but
yeah, it's probably going to be Ollie. You probably still need a fourth, though. I mean, you got Ollie.
Gus Edwards. I wanted Gus Edwards in the offseason. Let's get Gus the Buck lined up.
I'm going to be honest. There's some good battles. Keep an eye out for the Seattle running backs because they got a couple who I like. And they got
someone's going to get caught. We'll find a fourth.
But they got George Holani, who used to play at Boise State. And they got Damian Martinez from UM, and they got another guy who actually looked pretty good too last week, a rookie, Jacardia Wright, I think. But they got a battle going on for one spot, so whoever they cut, maybe you got the Chiefs. They got Pacheco, Hunt, and Eli Mitchell, and and they got some guys for Sharp Smith. You know, they got a few guys behind him that are interesting. And then the Jets, I think the Jets, who's that guy? Donovan Edwards from Michigan.
And Brees Hall, yeah. It's going to be
You got
available.
Brees Hall, you got Braylon Allen there. They're going to be the two top guys, and then there's going to be another guy. But the Jets have a few backs too that might not make.
Someone's going to shake free that we can use is better than the guy we got. But you just need an extra guy right now.
I'll be honest. Have you seen Alexander Bell? Like, I used to be a fan of his, and but last year, I mean, he did look like he leaned up and got bigger. But last year, and I know he played for the Raiders, but I mean, it's kind of the same issue that we have. That the O-line doesn't get pushed, but he was not good at short yardage. He was not good. I'm not saying that it's not a loss for us, but we'll see. It's possible that he may not have even made the team if Ollie Gordon and Jalen Wright and Achane are the three running backs. He could have made the practice squad or something, but it's possible. I'm not saying likely, but possible.
Yeah, I think we'd probably keep. I think because what we want to do with the run of football, I think we'll keep 5. I think they want to keep 5 because then if
5
one goes,
back?
yeah, I think they did last year too, didn't they? I'm not sure.
Are you counting Ingold?
Yeah.
Yeah, then I think so. Yeah.
Did they keep 5 last year?
I think so.
They changed most. It's Jeff Wilson, right? And then who's the fourth guy?
Last year.
Because I know Wilson, Achane, Mostert. They got rid of Brooks. Remember, they probably kept Brooks at the beginning of the year, but he was on the practice squad. So yeah, I think they just kept 4. But who knows? Yeah.
I want to check, man. I want to know. I want to know.
I think Madison being used that much in the first preseason game late, to me, it was either we need to help him learn our system, which I don't think so, but it was like someone's got to eat up carries. I thought Madison might have been higher on the depth chart, and I could be reading it wrong, but I thought it was somebody had to eat up some carries in that game, and they let Madison do it, but I don't know. I like him.
No, he was third. He was definitely ahead of Ollie Gordon, no doubt about it, because he's the veteran, and Ollie was
last year they had Mostert, Wright, Achane, Wilson, and Ingold.
Wow.
Those are the guys they had.
Yeah, this year though you have Westbrook Akine, you got Taj Washington healthy, Malik's healthy, supposed so far. So
yeah, they were running Malika a lot, so I bet you they're interested in doing that more. It might be able to keep him from having to add an extra back. They got to do something if they're going to keep 3 quarterbacks.
Well, one's the emergency, right? Anyways,
yeah.
I think one's considered an emergency. So,
but it still takes one of the 53 though, right?
Yeah. Except for
right.
Is it an extra on game day or
on game day? Because you can only dress 46, I believe it is. Game day,
yeah. Ollie looked good. I mean, I'll get into Ollie a little bit after I do like the little film bit I got. He can break tackles, and if you get him in space, he's going to be really good. The problem is, can we get him that space? The space that we look like we created on a consistent base up to this point is on the edges. And I don't know if he can get to the edges enough. And I don't know if we can create enough space consistently enough inside. I like his pass blocking a ton. But if we could start moving guys inside and get him a little space, he was breaking a lot of tackles, man. He was making people look
apart.
People were talking about it. I watched it today, and I was, because I didn't watch the second half. I was cutting film and stuff. So I was just focused on the first half. People were like, talking. I'm like, he's going to be big holes and whatever. But yeah, he had some big holes, but there were things where he caught the ball in the second level, and there was even things where he was inside. The guys they couldn't use arm tackles him. So I was really impressed with that.
Did you ever watch him at Oklahoma State? You could tell he was like, he probably would have been, if he didn't have the injuries and Oklahoma State wasn't horrible last year, he probably would have been a higher draft pick, to be quite honest. He won the Doak Walker Award in 23. So, he's the guy, he's a big dude. He's big, fast, he catches, he runs. He was like Achane a couple years ago. I liked him. I liked Ollie Gordon.
A lot of people liked him. My only thing with him was that he had a really good year the year before, but the offensive line diminished and he wasn't getting the holes, and his coach was getting upset that he wasn't running as hard.
Well, he also hurt his ankle after a few games, but he kept playing most of the year. And he was kind of playing through that injury too. So he did have an injury last year too. A couple injuries but he kept playing. So
yeah,
he looked a little smoother than I expected him. He's a big guy and he runs hard. All of a sudden,
I like his personality.
Is that Mostert out there surfing? Like, that guy was moving quick, and he looked a little smoother than I know he's a bruiser. I know he's a bigger guy, but I also know he's got a record, like you said, of being a really good full-time college running back. So, but the way he just looked like he looked smooth, a smoother athlete than I thought he was going to be, especially receiving the ball. That didn't look hard at all.
No. I mean, some of the plays, the holes were really big. And that, like, I don't count that, because if he gets that, a lot of backs would do it. But there was a couple of catches he had where guys would just wrap around him and fall off. There was another one where he made a cut and guy's arm bounced off. And he was like,
what about the last play where he cut between two guys? I mean, he had a burst, he showed a nice burst. I thought he was going to take it to the house before he lateraled it, so
I didn't see that play yet. I still didn't see that play yet.
And then he just kind of cut between 2 or 3 defenders, and then he got to
the last play. Yeah. I saw that this morning.
Yeah, that was it was this that play. I was like, oh, man, I thought for a second he was gonna take it all the way. You know?
He's got a little bit more for a guy who's got 4.6. He's a little bit faster than you think. It looks a little faster.
Was he 220 or something? 6'3", 220 or 6'2" or
225, something like that.
Yeah. So that's man. That's kind of a prototypical size, man.
And he doesn't look 225 because these guys, man, is such athletes. There's no fat on.
It looked like Mostert. It really did.
Yeah.
The same number, but for a second I was like, it looked like Mostert jacked up a little bit,
Oh yeah, yeah, he was big. Yeah.
Maybe he takes number 8 now. Now that Madison's
in 2023. Yeah, he won the Dope Walker. Yep.
All right, so Mick Rack was saying here, he was reading in Fin Fanatic that
it's hard to get too excited. It's just preseason and all that, but you just kind of, sometimes your eye test will tell you, a guy kind of, I'm not saying, again, like the Patriots. I saw the Patriots play the other day. I'm not saying they're going to be a good team, but I'll tell you right now, they ain't going to get pushed around. They're not going to be the same old Patriots.
Neither are the Jets. The Jets look pretty good to me. The Jets look coherent to me. A little sloppy, but way more coherent.
Yeah, Packers look horrible too, but I thought the Patriots really, you just could tell. I mean, Vrabel kept pounding the rock. They got 3 running backs. I like their rookie too, but you could just tell that they're going to be they're going to be one of those well-coached, disciplined. Yeah. They might not have the talent to compete or be good. Who knows? Maybe they do, but you could just tell they're going to be an improved team.
You could see. I was watching Pittsburgh last night. I mean, they've always been a running team, but you could see how committed they are to the run. You could see how committed the Bills are to the run. You could see how committed the Jets are to the run. You can see how committed the Pats are to run. This is going to get to be physical stuff, man. It's an arms race. I had said 3 years ago, I think there was an arms race, run game's arms race. And it was in some regard, and other ones that fizzled out, but we're really in. I think the whole league is really moving in a big way towards the run game. There's a lot of commitment to it. So it's going to be very interesting. But if you commit to the run game, you got a good offensive line, a good run game, then your defense is a little fresher, and then you get more competitive games because it's not about the shootout. And so this can really help us, can help any team. But there's going to be a lot more body blows than headshot knockouts in the past. So the game, I think, is going to change a little bit. I think it's shifting in a lot of ways back to the early 2000s. I mean, it's not going to go to the 90s or the 80s, but I mean, you never know. But it's definitely shifting, and that's going to make it very interesting. There's going to be teams like the Patriots and teams like the Jets. They could just be scrappy. Maybe they go 9-8, but they're scrappy, and that run game just makes them consistent. The quarterback's not going to be essential. It used to be for a while that whoever had the best quarterback was winning all the time. Now it's going to be a lot more consistent. It's going to be I think it's going to be a lot more difficult to win. I think there's a lot of teams.
Sorry, Curtis. There wasn't enough quarterbacks back in the day. It felt like there was just a handful of elite quarterbacks.
Yep.
There might be just a handful of elite quarterbacks right now, but there is a couple handfuls of guys who are right there that can win you a Super Bowl in the right condition.
Yep.
And whether we get the running game going this year, we really hope we do. The big takeaway from the preseason game to me was the D line and all the guys in the depth on our front four, front seven. It looked
and I love the linebackers. Brooks
Zeke
looks so
Biggers
good.
even looked like this. Like it just looked like guy after guy. There was something there, some brick walls. Our defense looked, and then we also have rushers. The secondary, I'm not. We all got concerns, but that front and our rushers, and Weaver running it, I think we're going to stop the run this year, and that's really going to help us.
It will. We've got to stop the run.
Yeah. That's going to help us against the Patriots and the Jets and the Chargers.
Yeah, I'm not that big on the Patriots offensive line yet. I'm more concerned about the Jets offensive line if they could stay healthy. I think the Patriots team is better than the Jets right now, but their offensive line, the Patriots, is just in flux. And the Jets, if you watch their offensive line, they were very physical.
Pretty well with those teams, with the teams that maybe can't expose our back end like the Bills and maybe
their defense looked better too. They were able to stop the run, the Jets. So that defense looked really refreshing.
I thought Jets have a good defense.
They were gassed though. Yes, they weren't even trying to stop the run. They were just like, screw it.
But even the last couple of years, their defense was pretty good. Their offense was so bad. It was like really.
Membo looks good, man. I don't know if it's going to stay healthy, but it looks like a good offensive line. I forgot who they were playing the other night. I was watching. They were beating the hell. Yeah, the Packers. They beat the hell out of them, man. Beat the hell out of them. Like on the trenches, they were struggling to stop them in the trenches. But I don't think I'm not a big. Fields had a couple of throws. I'm like, it's going to be very difficult to win with that.
He's a great.
Oh, that Braylon Allen. I like him coming out of Wisconsin. He's a hammer. He's a big bruiser. I mean, he runs. I think he injured like 2 guys during that game, if I'm not mistaken, for the Packers. They were trying to hit him like when he got to the hole, and one guy got knocked out or something.
It was fun games this week. I enjoyed it. Yeah, you see Skylar do good. Hey guys, check out the Mad Greek, man. Finspin, he's great. I like him. He's a good guy. He's got an interesting way about putting the Dolphins coverage. Check him out. Biggers was showing too. He steamrolled a dude on the play after Durham. Durham Smite dropping the football. I love that.
Matt Dickerson. Oh, Matt. Yeah, I thought McClendon, that dude, he was making plays all over the field. 59 there, McClendon.
Yeah, but it's like I don't want to be Scrooge or anything, but we came out with our first. They came out with their seconds. By the time McClendon was in there, he was going against the thirds. And, the thing is that these guys, even the other guy, what's his name? The D tackle, a lot of people like. The white guy. They call him Sealer 2.0.
Dickerson, yeah.
Yeah, look, when you see him go against some ones, then you get excited. He's a vet, and he's going against – third string guys 1, 2 games, rookies and stuff. There was one play, he blew the guy up. It was a guard. And I was like, look at him. I'm like, did you go check the guy out? He was terrible the year before. He's had like 1 rep last year or something like that. This guy's terrible. You want to see that, and that's good, but that doesn't extrapolate to him doing that against the ones. And so we got it. That's my problem with this week is not that we aren't this or we are this or whatever. It's just very hard to gauge. You know what I'm saying? Right, yeah. It's easier to gauge the negatives because if you got your ones going against seconds and they're not cutting it, that's a bigger tell than when you see guys that are beating up on the seconds or the thirds. So I'm looking forward to this Detroit game in a big way. I want to see ones versus ones. Just one drive. Give me one drive. Legit tape. So I mean, they might.
Is Detroit going to play their ones?
I don't know. Is McDaniel? Maybe McDaniel waits to the Jacksonville game. I don't know because you got a whole bye week.
The Jags are going to play their ones. I know that because they played them last. They played them for they definitely played them the first drive against the Steelers. So, and I think that'll be a pretty good challenge for us too. They got
both those teams. I would love to see our ones though versus Detroit. Just one drive. That's all I want. One drive.
I think Mike looked like he was gonna We haven't played Tua in the first quarter of a opening preseason. I think we always have time issues. We always have snap issues. We always have getting the play in issues. We always
First
have
play of the game, bro. Penalty.
Yep.
What in
All the
the
time.
hell,
Two
dude?
guys in
What
motion,
is
illegal
going on?
shift.
Well,
We need
that one wasn't
Bruh.
too bad. That one wasn't too bad. That was Borum. He was lined up a little past. They're getting
tacky, but they're gonna call
on the belt now. Yeah,
That was. I thought it was.
Yeah, so I don't really get down on that one too much because that's a lot of these guys are still not hip with that, and they're always trying to press the where they can go. So you still see it happen here or there. That one I can kind of. It's not a usual stuff. So I don't think we were really undisciplined that game. I don't remember. I don't think we were undisciplined too much.
Yeah. I mean, stupid penalties yesterday. I mean, dumb. I thought there was some bad calls too against us, even though but I thought, bro, that one play. I'm sorry, dude. What is the defender supposed to do? How do you call defenseless receiver? He's 1 yard short of the line of scrimmage, bro, and he's crouching down to make the catch. Like, what do you want him to do? Like, I thought that was a horrible call. I thought the hold on Tyndall was ticky tack. He barely. Everybody grabs it was, I just thought that was ticky tack. The pass wasn't even close. It's just, I don't know. I just thought there was a couple calls yesterday where it was like the one by, I think it was McClendon, or it was where they got the roughing the passer. Just didn't look like roughing the passer, but whatever. It's preseason, but still, it's like, and then the 1 second at the end, or the end of the first half, dude, clearly out of bounds with no time left. What I'm saying? How do you put a second back on the clock there? It was just, then they hit a field goal. It's just some of the dumb, which I don't really complain about refs, but it's like, bro, what were they? I guess it's preseason for them too. I don't know.
And it's crazy too. They keep adding more computers and AI, and they still don't get it right.
Kickoffs are still weird.
They need AI.
Middle kickoff, wait, what the hell's going on here? Oh yeah, we got brand new rules still that feel weird when we're kicking off here.
No emotion, robot refs. No picking sides, no guys from hometown cities rooting for their teams or whatever.
Can I ask you guys something? I want to just get.
Hi to Cliff. Cliff, what's going on, bro?
Hooper.
Yeah.
Is Cliff really a hooper, or is that just his last name, or can he ball?
I can ball better than me. I can't play basketball. I can't even dribble. I was good at 2 sports, 3 sports: wrestling, fighting, and football.
My son can finally beat me. I hope he's not watching this. He's 16 and he's now taller than me, and he can play full court basketball for 2.5 hours every single day at lunch. He can finally beat me, but just because of my wind. But when I'm fresh, I can still lock him down. But yeah, I'm getting old too, guys. No, I could never shoot. I could never shoot a dribble without looking at it, man. I never liked basketball though. I'm short, man. We're white. But I just couldn't hit it. No, my thing was I couldn't hit anybody. Every time I played football and I went down to play with the kids basketball, and I kept wanting to hit them. They're like, "What are you doing?" Because I was 8 or 9 years old. I just kept grabbing the ball and running like a running back. This game sucks. Hopefully you didn't play soccer then. I can see you just running. Nah. I always said soccer was for fruits. I was never into it.
I have 3 friends that ruptured their Achilles the past 2 years, bro, playing basketball. So I'm in my 40s now. I'm maybe basketball. I'm good playing full court on that, stick to the gym.
I screwed up, man. I was going to go do wrestling. I would have been good at it too. But I thought it was good. I was a big Ultimate Warrior fan. I went there. I'm I can't body slam people. I'm this sucks. I'm so stupid.
Where's the ropes at? How am I going to jump off?
Yeah, I should have played basketball. I should have played soccer. Should have wrestled. I'm a jackass.
Golf is fun. I can't watch it, but you can play some golf, bro. It's pretty fun. If you ever play
tried.
Golf.
I don't got the finesse for that, man. I tried to. My friend was almost a golf pro. He was he was going to be a pro, and he took me out one day. He's like, "Dude, you suck. I've never seen anyone suck so bad." I couldn't even hit the thing, man.
You got to be. It's like fishing. You got to be a little patient,
Yeah, you got to get that thing. You got to get that thing. I don't got that thing, man. He was just I don't know. That's tough. It's tough, man. It's really hard to do. Because everything's got to flow. Everything's got to flow at once, man. I don't know.
Try the Happy Gilmore swing, bro. Got it.
Mr. Hooper. Oh, listen, I'm going to get into a little film here quick. I want to show you guys. This one film, bit of film. It's one play. It's the one. I don't remember what. I think it was third down. To me, it kind of is indicative of some of the opportunities that we have, but also some of the limitations. And I think it represents a lot of the stuff that I saw on film, although I'm going back on all 22. So let's take a look at it here. This is, all right, remember this one? And it looked, so on this one here, look, you got 8 versus 10. 8 versus 10, which is not easy. All right. So the thing here with the key to it is you've got to get push. The only way to make this work is to get push. So there's a buckling and the guys behind them get chipped because you're never going to be able to block them all. But I'm going to show you, go through it. And you can see it right here. So this is Hill. He ends up doing nothing. Hold on a second. Let me hit pause on this thing. What's going on? How come I can't hit pause, man? What can't hit pause? I can't hit pause, man. Anyway, so these are important. So you can see right here. Oh man, what's his name? Brown.
Is that 7A is the left guard?
Yeah, right. The first arrow here is Pharaoh Brown
right?
get beat inside to the right. 94's. That's the first problem. He automatically got bad leverage. He had to get
I would have
inside
slid
leverage.
him to the. I would have slid him to the right.
No,
And with Julian Hill double team in 94 because you have a better chance of if you're. This play was to the right, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, right?
no, it was supposed to go right behind 7i and
Is it third down or fourth
Paul.
down?
Oh, I don't remember. But
Was
notice
it the play
here,
they stopped us on?
yeah,
Go
they
ahead.
stopped us on it. So look at 94. He's got outside leverage, but the snap of the ball, he gets inside leverage. So Pharaoh missed his angle. He allowed inside leverage. Then when you get to the next thing over here, the next series of problems is you see Brewer getting stood up. So backside's cut off and there's no center push. Then Savayanaya, he's getting dumped to the right. He's not getting pushed. Now Paul doubles and leans so much into him that 44 has a clear run. But I want to show you now.
But they had us outnumbered there.
No, but watch. If Savayanaya moves his guy back a yard, you see how I moved it back from the way it looked? If you move him back a yard and Brewer moves his guy back a yard, then Paul doesn't, and he keeps the leverage where he doesn't have to chase him behind. Then he chips him with one side and he can go get 44 because this thing is buckling and pushing forward. And then Pharaoh Brown's got to cut off 94, and then I would allow Hill. But it all starts with the movement on the interior, but the center and guard got stalled. And then Paul, he probably shouldn't have doubled, but he was so into it and he overcommitted. But the line, when you go back to what the play looked like, look where it is. It's at the line of scrimmage. There was zero movement.
Well, look at 7i. He's not really blocked. I mean,
no, he's gotten
double teaming the nose tackle.
No, that's the DT, I think. Let's go back to the beginning.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a DT.
He's basically not blocking anybody there.
Yeah. So, but the DT cuts in and opens it up. So you see, he cuts in, and Savanaya can't get out of his stance, and so now he cuts him off, and it's a slant, and the slant is to draw Paul in to free up 44 and 47.
Okay.
Yeah. But if Savanaya takes 96 and puts him back a yard, 47 is no longer in the play. And then Paul can help a yard over the line of scrimmage, and then he can get to 44. So if you go here, it should look like this, where the interior buckles, drive him back, and then the running back just has to go behind Paul. But if you watch it play out, go back over here. And you see now he's at the line of scrimmage, and he's got to chase him so far inside that he opens up the gap, and it leaves the free block because look where he is. There's no way.
I'd still rather block 44 there and force 96 or whoever the nose tackle is, because you got the free rusher is going to blow the play up. If you take 44 there, I still would rather have Wright with one-on-one with the nose tackle with Savonnet instead of Paul and him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you're right, but I'm saying I
No,
still would
but
rather
what I've been learning is
44
that
or something.
I was talking to somebody who's he cuts film. He's really knowledgeable. Back when I played, you were allowed to make executive decisions. Modern football has become, his job is to double. He's going to double. And
Right,
so
right. Just doing his
if
job, yeah.
Paul
Yep.
fails at his job, he's going to double anyway. In the older days, there was more free thinking. Because like when I was a running back, like we saw the other night with the cat from the Colts, Richardson, getting blown up. If I'm coming out of the backfield when I played, I would have got yelled at. If that tight end's going out and I see a free blitzer and I just go right out into my route, my coach would have yelled at me. I had to chip that guy. But now you don't. It's that you just fight. You're like a droid. There's very little individual thinking. So Paul's got to go to the double, and that's why he slants inside 96, and then he takes Savonnet out, stalls him, and then because even if the reality is, unless Savonnet destroys him, 47 is going to run free if he goes to 44. The only really way this thing's going to work is if the center and guard move the line of scrimmage at least a yard and a half. That clogs up 47. Then he can get in there with the light chip and get 44. Then Farrell Brown's got to not lose the inside, which he did. And then Hill's got to figure to do something instead of stand around. And so when you go back to it, if you go watch the result. Hold on a second.
Run that puppy.
I'm trying to. I think I got the full clip in here, but without the annotations. Oh, yeah. See, right there, it's dead. The line of scrimmage has not moved. And that's the problem with Brewer. And that's why it's critical for Savonnet to be a big bonus, because if not, the two of them together, it's going to be this problem all year. Paul did what he could, but Paul actually destroys him too much, and now he's out of the play. You know,
94 was hot the whole game. 94 was flying around, man.
And
44 was too. Hooker, right there. What was his name? Hooker or something?
Yeah. Now, Paul, maybe as he gets, more veteran savvy, he might go to do the double and just stick him with the arm. But he hasn't played. Right. He hasn't played him long enough to understand that, and so he comes in ready to kill him. So at least that's another way where. But that line of scrimmage has got to move. And clearly, Farrell Brown's got to cut that off. He had outside leverage and was beat at the snap of the ball to the inside. And then Hill just falls on the ground. He doesn't get anybody.
And it looks like they just crashed, the middle anyways, like a goal line and crash. They just played run the whole time, which actually I like that McDaniel did that. I like the 4 runs just because you got to be able to still run the ball when everybody knows you're going to run the ball. So I think that's. We failed, obviously, but
it was Savonnet. It was Savonnet. It was our first string versus second. Oh no, right guard's Daniels. Right guard is Daniels. I was looking at.
No, he's not playing.
Daniels looked like he was moving around pretty well.
Yeah, he did. He played pretty well.
Yeah, Greg was on your channel, Curtis. Greg.
Who?
Greg. I call him Greg Money, but I know that's not his name. Greg. Is it Greg Maine? Greg Maney?
Yeah. We're gonna work together.
He was talking about. On Twitter, maybe, and I don't want to quote you, Greg, if I'm wrong, but that play possibly Tua, he's talking about audibling, like looking at that play, the numbers are not in your favor. You're on goal line. Your job is the QB to put the team in a good situation. I mean, is that something?
I just think they were practicing.
I don't see us ever do it. I mean, there might be adjustments.
If that was a regular season, there's no chance McDaniel they run the ball 3 times in a row.
Last year, go back and watch the Houston game. They came out with a linebacker at 6 and 7 yards, high leverage. We were in like 21 or 12 personnel, and we threw it. And it had wide edge alignment. It was screaming run, and we didn't audible. So I don't know if that's really if that's what he can do. People keep saying that, but half the time we don't get to the line of scrimmage with time enough to do it.
What if you got
the
green light this year?
Right, you got to get low.
Would you want him to do it in preseason? If that's something they're working on, if that's something they're adding,
if he's not doing it during the season.
So what if they're adding it? I'm just saying, what if they are adding it because it's clear something needs to happen? Would you do it? Would you put it on film in preseason?
No.
Or would you
I
leave
think
it out to the
I think he
regular
was going to run the ball 3 in a row there, no matter what. I just think.
No,
That's
yeah, I think that what
There's
that
no way
was.
they can
That was a confidence builder and like, let's see what we got type thing.
Right.
But we're not
on,
seeing
yeah.
any audibles that I noticed. I'm not saying there aren't. I got to go back and watch it again. I fixate and I don't like you guys are talking about stuff like penalties. I haven't even got to that point yet. I watched like on 25 speed, like the same play 10 times. And so I haven't got to, I'm saying like I'm still going through the game. But so I haven't seen whether we called audibles or not. But if we're not calling audibles at all, then we're not.
They didn't even game plan for this game. They didn't game plan at all. They were calling plays, but I don't think it was they were audibling and all that. Now
we never have. Remember Tua said, I go to the line of scrimmage and I know the play's dead and I run it anyway.
But that was a long time ago. That was back in.
I saw some training camp where he was audible and at the line. I mean, I don't know. We'll
I hope.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see one. The day he goes up to the line quickly, under center, nobody in movement, and he just goes, "Oh, let's audible." We're gonna be like, "Holy shit!" There was nobody moving. There was no shift. He was under center, and he called her audible to her run to the left. Like that's so basic, and that's so. I don't want to say it's so easy.
Or
but
you call your
so
protection. You got to call also
fundamental.
protection too. Yeah. That's your job as a quarterback. You got to realize that maybe you're in the wrong protection for what the defense is showing. It's not just about audibles too. You got to be calling out protections. You have to be calling out, on the fly. You got to do all these things pre-snap.
The problem is we get to the line of scrimmage so late. Did you guys notice we got to the line of scrimmage on time
this week?
Yeah, we were pretty good. Yeah, looked good.
That's huge.
They look quick,
but again, it's not a game plan. These aren't plans.
Oh, we had penalties last year in preseason. I remember that.
We had them yesterday too. Now they weren't delay a game penalties. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Hey, Steve, how you doing, brother? I thought I saw you up there. I can't do two things.
I'm not a big fan of the shifts either. I agree with Cliff here. I'm not a big fan. Like at this point into his career, he's in year 6. Usually the shifts and pre-snap motions that's to help the quarterback dissect what defense the defense is in. They're showing man, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think that I'm not a big fan of year 6. If Tua, he has to be like, you have to realize you're in year 6 now. You know what I'm saying? You got to know what defenses you're seeing, in my opinion, like for the most part. I'm not saying don't ever use motion or anything, but I'm saying we can't be doing it every down. Like, so Tua can figure out, because
I don't think that's the reason. I think that we don't have a progression read offense. We have a coverage read offense. And so for the framework of our reads, he goes in motion to help the pre-snap reads, not just for him, for everybody. It's not just Tua, it's the innate creation of this offense and how it reads. So I don't think it's because he was this, that, or the other thing. I think in a lot of ways it helps the receivers too. It also helps putting in shifts because when he moves a guy to the other side, he might get the coverage he wants or the depth of the cover back, and then it changes the reads. It's all offloaded into the receivers and the quarterbacks to diagnose the coverage and then to react off that. It's not like a progression-based system. Darius has a channel now called Sod, studying offense and defense. Check it out. He's great, man. Definitely check it out. I just remember that he's the guy who taught me this, and he's awesome.
Throw it in the comment later so people can see it.
Yeah, I gotta remember. I can't remember to do it myself, my own.
Have your wife tell you to do it. That's how I remember stuff.
Oh God. Oh man, I'm for the first time in 21 years, I'm watching a Hallmark movie with her. I don't know what the heck came over me.
Hallmark? Uh-oh, man.
21 years. She's been so good to me the last couple of weeks. I'm a pain in the
ass. For the lady, I got it.
Anyway, check out Steve's channel too. Steve's awesome too. Steve, I gotta have you on here again.
Steve Malloy, right? You had him on before, right?
Yeah, I go on his channel all the time. Greg's on there all the time too. Where was I? Somebody else had a good one. Yeah, like and subscribe. That too on me.
That's a good one.
I got it at the bottom though. Now, if you can't tell, somebody else had a good comment over here.
You better find
Daniel's had a pretty good game for a guy coming off an Achilles. I don't
he
think
looks so much better than Eichenberg. He looks so much better than
thought
Wynn. He
Patrick
looks
Ball
like
looked
he's
pretty
got
good, too.
movement skills, strength. Like I know it doesn't take a lot for us to be like, wow, the right guard looks better, but the right guard looks better.
he doesn't fall down as well, and I'm sure there's more penalties as well. So I mean, I guess a give and take a little bit. No, he looked really good. He looked really good. I don't think he's great, though. I don't think he's great. I think he's really good for us, and he's got some strengths, and maybe he could become what he should be with us and what we do. But he's a huge, vast upgrade over Eichenberg or Jones.
Him and Jackson are kind of similar a little bit in their build and a little bit in the way they play. That's a really athletic right side.
He's stronger than Jackson. Jackson has no strength. Jackson has no strength whatsoever. Is nothing. Daniel's probably no. I was impressed with him, and I think that unfortunately, my only concern right now is if you go back to 22 and 23, we had Tehran, we had Connor, and we had Hunt, and when we had two holes. I don't think that Jones is going to be a hole, but I think he could be a hole in the run game, and I know Jackson's a hole. So if to me, the level that Jonah rises up and his ability to drive guys out will offload or offshore the failures of Jackson. And if we can have 3.5 or 4 guys and one failure or one not so good, we might be able to do something with it. I think he'll be much better in a pass game, but it's that run game. Like I just showed you, if you can't drive guys out, they're going to know that. And then we're not going to affect the leverage the way they want. I saw him do some good stuff. He got down the line of scrimmage and outside zone, and he got his hand on a guy. I thought it was nice. He also got driven back on an outside zone too. My concern still is his ability to handle power. It's not that he's not powerful. I don't know. He lets guys into him too quick. He's got to get a little
bigger. He's got to get that man strength. He looks a little light, like from the waist down a little bit. And I'm not saying light. The guy's a huge, giant monster. But he looks more like an athlete than he does a power pig.
Yeah.
But he's a Samoan, and I bet that dude can bulk up. And
I don't know if it's strength, though. I don't know if it's strength. I thought originally it might be strength, but I don't know if it's that. I think it's something else. Because
he also came into camp late too, right? He didn't sign his contract until later on.
Yeah, he's playing on the side. That's a fair. I think he lets guys get into it. Like you notice, you go back to that play I showed you. The ball was snapped, and he didn't get into his guy quick enough. The guy got into him, and a lot of times when you watched him last year, guys would get into his chest. He's not attacking. He's not shooting out. He's a little passive sometimes. I don't know if it's strength, though. And I think that's a good thing for us because you can work on that. It's going to be very interesting to see how he grows over this camp. I think he'll be fine in the long term. But currently it is an issue. Yeah.
And I think a lot of things that we don't get to see as fans that I think is important is are these guys coachable? Are they, do they put in the work when nobody's?
No, he's a winner.
Do they? Yeah, those are the things that I think also. Obviously, it's too early to tell. Right now for us as fans, we don't.
Well, I don't think. I'm not saying that to say I don't think he's going to be good eventually. I'm talking about he's only 21 years old too.
Yeah.
And that plays out big. I mean, you look at some of the better guards, they come out and they're a little bit older. And there is a reality to the strength. Like I said, I walked on, I was playing at 21 maybe, 22. I can't remember, 21, 22. And all the kids I was playing with, like 18, 19, I was like, there was guys obviously stronger than me, but I was working out with the DNs. And I just had a strength at 21, 22 they didn't have. And it was an advantage. And the same thing happens here. He's going to get around 25, 26, that next level, then 29, 30, he'll get the next level. I don't know if it's strength, though. I think he lets guys into him. And he's still young. He's still green. So I don't think it's a big negative. I'm not like worried. I just, for this season, though, I think that's the biggest thing.
Well, and another thing is the O-line, like in football is not an individual sport. Like you're right, there is a lot of one-on-one battles, but the offensive line, the good offensive line work together. They have they're cohesive. They gel together. You know, the more time they spend, you know, the more reps they get at staying healthy. You know, all those things are going to matter. You want 5 guys. You know, that's how the Bills. That's why the Bills have had a good O-line the last few years. You know, that's why the Eagles have a good O-line. It's not like they're just plugging and playing guys all the time. Now they do once in a while. Then they had good backups, the Eagles, but you know, the Bills have been healthy, I think 2 years in a row. I don't think they had any injuries.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think one guy missed the game last yeyear. I think one guy missed the game.
Yeah,
that was it.
The year before that wasn't any worse either.
You know, we're rotating guys all the time. We're playing guys, moving guys around. We just don't.
It's a combo.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
So last year I heard from some people that if you got the guys and they work together, you know, they're going to get good. You know, they just practice enough, they get chemistry. It's like if I told you I'm going to take 5 schlebs, put them at the receiving group, and they run, you know, a 5.2 40, but they're going to work real hard. They're going to play together. You look like I got 7 heads. Like I'm a freaking jackass. Offensive line's the same thing. You need talent, but then you need the extra level of chemistry. Now you can offset some of the skill needed with the chemistry, but you need some level of talent. You're not taking 5 Eichenbergs and making them practice all day and play 16 games a year for 10 years and suddenly they're going to be good. They're not. They're going to suck. So, you know, you need talent. Some people, they just tell you that stuff and it's not reality. It's like fantasy. Well, now we're going to be good. They're just going to practice. We could put Cotton in there. We could put Jones in there. We could put Eichenberg, everybody. They just practice. Butch Barry, we trust, you know, and then you get the clicks, but you know, that's like a fantasy. Now a lot of them are changing the tone, but whatever. Wynn was no good either. He was never good. He was 300 pounds. He was always injured.
He was decent on his best day.
I thought Wynn played a good run. He was good better in the run game than he was in the pass game.
He wasn't good, really. He wasn't. You know, like some of the games I think that he had was against the Broncos. But you go watch him; he was getting blown up. He couldn't move, guys. He was good to get to the second level, and he could do something. He wasn't like Eichenberg, who go like this, you know. But he was only 300 pounds. He was like 6'3", 305 pounds. You know what kind of play? Zach Tom is, I think, 310 or 3.5, and he's 6'3". He's like a rarity because he had the highest metrics in 40 years.
Curtis wants his Zach Tom back so bad.
Oh yeah, but guys don't make it on the offensive line often that is small. It is ultra rare. It's ultra rare because it's a game of power.
That guy, that's one guy that used everything else but size to be.
Dwight Stevenson, 250.
No, 250. I know it's a different era. 250.
I think it was 250. I think he was. Yeah, I'll check right now.
Damn.
Yeah, Eddie, I think the scheming is definitely going to make a huge difference too. Just to answer your question there, but obviously
255. I know my guy. 255. I was off by 5 pounds. I'm a jackass.
Them shoulder pads were probably made him look like he was 300 pounds. Remember shoulder pads, Dwight Stevenson? Dude, things were like.
So Eddie, what's going on there, brother? Sorry, I'm slow on this comment. Do you guys think that because there's no scheming involved, the system depends? Yeah, it totally will. But this is my evaluation. Don't take it as gospel. It's not. I think it's been effective for me. Not saying it is. I always operate on traits. Traits you can always evaluate everywhere. And in the preseason, they're taking guys and putting them in positions where they know they suck at the assignment and then making them do it to see how they respond. But you could check traits. And so the scheme will help us. You're going to get Waddle and Hill in there. There's going to be totally different leverage. He's going to be calling plays. And, you know, they're going to run more outside zones. There'll be more space because the leverage increases. But ultimately, if you're in 3rd and 1 and they're going to try to stop the ball by crowding the line of scrimmage, Jackson's going to get stalled. Brewer's going to get stalled. Paul's going to move his guy. Daniel's going to sometimes move his guy. And Jonah, we got to wait and see. And then we got to wait to see about the tight ends, which are a huge piece.
And then you start, but then you're playing starters mostly, so you're identifying the strengths. You're going to double team certain guys at the goal line. You start isolating certain players. In preseason, you're swapping guys out all the time. You're not doing any of that, really. You're just kind of running your offense, running your defense, just to get your guys familiar and up to speed, to see who knows what their assignment is, who's doing their job, who's paying attention, and who's not, and who's executing where you want them to.
Well, that's the thing. So, like, let's say all of us here are opposing DCs, and we're trying to stop the Dolphins. You got Waddle, you got Hill. They're coming out in 11 personnel. They like to run to the edges. They like to throw to the outside. You're going to come out. You're going to vacate the middle. You're going to play your linebackers high. You do what they've been doing. But now they've got to do something, the Dolphins' offensive front, to break that open. So they run the football inside, so the leverage changes. But Jackson, he's okay on outside zone, but he's going to get lit up like a Christmas tree on inside zone. He's got no power. Now you're a little concerned because Daniels, he can move a little bit. He can get to the second level. He can move a guy through strength. Oh, it's a little different than last year. But you also know Brewer can't really move a guy. Now you got Paul. Holy cow, I'm totally terrified. We might have to put our strong side over there and eliminate that. And now you're waiting and you're focusing to see what is the traits of Savaianaya. And so one of the problems that we're going to have, you take your big nose tackle. You line him up on 0 over Brewer. He's not moving him. You're going to have to double him. Can Daniels and Brewer move a guy? Can Jonah and Brewer move a guy, and can they move him far enough? And if they do, well, you're not really worried about the running right because Jackson's not going to move anybody. You have a little concern about Daniels. It's that right side. Again, Paul will devastate you. What's Jonah going to do? How often can Brewer hold his spot? But he struggles. So it'll be him and Daniels trying to move a guy out maybe. If Jonah can get to a point where he can move guys on his own, because remember, inside zone, there's singles. Everybody goes and gets a single guy, or it's all doubles and one guy gets a single guy, or it's a mix, And so
then when we have Ingold, he's a lead blocker if you get him at the goal line. And I think they should experiment with some an 8th or 7th offensive lineman. Like,
you don't have one.
Well, but you need big bodies on the goal line, especially if a team's going to play.
Rucci?
You want to run the ball.
Guy.
Who?
Rucci's a really good blocker.
You think he's going to make the team?
No. Is he? I like him. I'd like him at fullback.
I mean, it depends what happens with Waller and what happens with Connor. Yeah. They like Tanner Connor, but yeah, we'll see.
Julian Hill and Pharaoh Brown have to get more consistent.
Oh yeah,
that's the X factor.
Pharaoh Brown's an old. He's an older vet. I don't know.
He's a big guy. He had some good blocks. He had a couple of nice blocks and he had a couple bad blocks.
I think Julian Hill's a pretty decent blocker. When you get him on the outside, not if you ask him to go.
Maybe I got to look into it.
But when you get him on the outside to set the edge, I think Hill does. That's his strength. That's why but he's tough, got a big upper body and all that.
Sometimes he gets lost though.
Yeah, I don't think he's good at. Yeah, no.
He doesn't think quick on his feet.
Right, and his hands are like lobster claws, bro. It's like.
But Paul is really moving people.
He's huge.
And Daniels can. There's a couple of blocks. I'm gonna do a no BS offensive line film study.
What number is Daniel?
Wednesday. 78. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't even think he was playing yesterday.
Yeah.
That was good. That was good to see him. And what about the cutback? If we want to run into that leverage,
right? If
they're not changing their leverage and we just want to be stubborn and we're running our outside zone, we never had a cutback last year because we never had any interior presence. So what if we even are running into that, that coverage?
That's why we drafted. Yeah, that's why we
have
drafted
some
Jalen
cards
Wright
for the
too.
cutback. If we have guys that can hit the cutback, obviously the running back, but if we have guys that can set that cutback, that's a whole different story to this game. Even if we don't even change the inside run,
Yeah. Achane's the only one who can really do that though. Wright's not it.
Wright's a cutback runner, right? That's what they did at Tennessee.
He's a one-cut guy.
No, he's a one cut. He's a one cut, usually from the draw inside.
What about Ollie? Can he surf? Can he surf outside and cut in?
Nah, he's too big. I mean, I'm sure they all can, but like, you know, how far can you bend it back and how quick? Like every time
was the best we had.
Oh yeah, because he wouldn't stop. He would just go and he would turn. That's the key.
Well, you look at a guy like Kyron Williams. He's not a very talented, he's not like the fastest, but he
Kyron Williams.
Yeah, for the Rams, like I look, he was like a 4th or 5th round pick.
He can block.
He does that, but he does that. He's a good cutback. He does that one cut or cutback. You got to have that. But like you said, you need the interior to do their job. You got to have a hole that opens up. But you missed a lead them one way, then you cut back when the defense flows that one way. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what Mike McDaniel was supposed to. That's what we were supposed to do here. Mostert did it that one year, but
he was so big, ran so hard. I mean, he played big, ran so hard, and he was ultra fast, and he had great acceleration. Yeah,
very smooth.
B McD. No, he's not going to be like Incognito. Was nearly as insane. He was vicious. He was violent.
Yep.
But I think Jonah could be better pass blocker. I think Jonah has a better physical attributes. I think Jonah's got way better feet. Richie was just really brilliant. He was a smart guy, and he was ruthless.
He was a mauler.
He loved the game. Yeah,
he'd
different
tell you
kind of play.
Maul you and then maul you.
I think Jonah, because you look at him, he's got the frame. He is a little doughy because he's 21. He's not the man he's going to be at 25. Now, if he gets to be a guy like that at 25, along with these physical traits, he'll be better than Richie. But because Richie maximized, he was a better athlete than you thought, but he wasn't an exceptional athlete. He was just super smart and ruthless, and he loved the game and gave everything. Savaianaya will give everything. I don't know his intelligence level. But the guy's got gifts, foot gifts, ability to move, and his frame. He's just doughy right now. He's like a young pup. He's got all that loose skin on him. You could see it. He hasn't got. Same thing with Grant and Jordan Phillips.
Jordan Phillips looks like that.
He did well. I was very impressed.
Man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Actually, Benito Jones looked pretty good yesterday too.
He looked a little faster, right? A little slimmer.
Yeah, against the seconds. Their offensive seconds were. They had one starter, number 70 was the only starter they had. That was the only true starter they had. After that, the guys were all,
like second round pick or whatever they were talking about. I think he was.
I don't know. I got to check, but they were all second stringers. I don't know how good the second stringers they are. But Benito was doing better than he usually does. I think it was almost. Yeah. Oh, one last thing. B. Savaianaya, his ceiling is way higher than Richie's, potentially.
Really?
Yeah, because if you're 320 pounds, 5 pounds, and you can move like that, and then you add strength, and you're serious about your business, how can you not be? Richie had like above average, slightly a little bit better physical tools, but he was chiseled, strong, and nasty. But that was max. So if you added the same nasty nature and the same physical body as far as the muscle and power to Savaianaya, he'd never have that balance or the speed that Savaianaya has. That's a gift. But if he doesn't add the violence, and if he doesn't add the strength, then he's going to be a finesse guy. And he'll still be good, but that will be limited, especially because now it would have been better 10 years ago with the fun ball era. But now that you're entering the physical era, it won't be as it won't hit the same sweet spot. You know what I mean? Because they want him to be the left guard. They want him to be, eventually move to the pass, protect the guy, the side. Paul's very good. I like Paul. I think I'm starting to get excited. I try to hold myself back, but he likes to hit people. He really likes to hit people. There's violence in him. I love it. There really is. I think Paul's the most violent. Paul might be the most violent offensive line we've had in a while. I could feel his violence. I know violence. I know violent people. And you can watch. You can watch when. So there's two kind. I was talking to Greg about this. There's two kind of violent people. I know them. Both kinds. Well, I used to be. There's the violent kind of people who like to hit people and hurt people, but they don't like to get hit. But the truly, truly violent people are so angry that they want to hit you, but they want to be hit even more. They like it. It's pleasure to them because they're in so much pain that getting hit feels good. And those are the people that really want to deliver. They want to hurt you. They want to be hurt. They want to be. And Paul really, he lays into the guys. He lays into guys. He's there. He's trying to really. He's not ultra violent, but for us, he might be the most violent offensive lineman we've had. I'm trying to think of another guy. I don't think so. Davis was kind of soft. Dieter was soft. Jackson soft. Eichenberg soft. Wow. Burr was decent. He's like okay, but he's not, because you could tell the way a guy blocks when he puts himself into it. You could tell. There's other guys that just like to use their hands and keep it. Like Affetti does that a lot. He's a big guy, but he's not really violent. He never really likes to throw his body into it. That's why if you saw just before in that play, Paul laid into that guy, but he hit him so hard he was trying to kill him, and he overcommitted. So that to me, that gets me very excited. I think he's certainly going to be a keeper, at least as a right tackle. So I think that's great news. And if Savaianaya can get that in a year or two, we might have something legit. Maybe it gets it this year. I don't know. Sorry, I got excited. I just thought about it. I didn't think about that before. Paul is violent. I love it.
We finally got some size too, like some size on the O-line. So I think that'll also allow us to be multiple, gap, run a little gap too every once in a while, along with the zone, the inside zone.
Yeah, you need violent people for inside zone. We have too many cutesy. We have too many cutesy people. That's why we run outside zone.
Oh, that, and also another guy I like is Westbrook Akina. He's a good blocker on the outside because that's another thing.
Yeah, he had a nice play. He broke that tackle. I like that. No, when they threw the football to him, Wilson.
That one. Yeah.
Smooth
hits. But I like him because McDaniel likes to do the pitches and the sweeps and the jet sweeps and all that stuff, screens. I think that's where Westbrook Akina is going to really add the value. He's a good deep threat too. He's got some speed. He's a big guy. He can,
we got an excellent receiving group. We have an excellent receiving group. This is the best receiving group. We've had,
especially if George Washington stays healthy. I like him too.
We got Malik. We got the Washington brothers. You got Malik and Taj. You got Westbrook Akine, and then you got Waddle and Hill. Like, how many more do you need?
One more big guy. I want Armstrong or I want Weiss. I just want one more big guy. Just to have.
I don't know if we go with 6 though.
I know.
I think we go with 6.
You should go with 6. Yeah, it depends. Depends if they go with 4 running backs or if they go with 3.
It's a big question. I don't have the answer. I don't.
Yeah.
So happy hippie.
I think Theo Weiss has the most upside out of the group because I've seen him.
So too.
Armstrong. I like Armstrong too, but I don't know. I just didn't like. I don't know. Yesterday was.
You don't think those guys can fall to the practice squad?
We paid him money. We paid him a lot of money.
We paid Peely too, and we cut him.
He's got something there. There's something there with Weiss because I seen him at Missouri. I seen him play. Armstrong with Arkansas too. He was pretty good too, but he was I didn't really notice his blocking, but Weiss kind of did a lot. He did a lot of everything.
He looks physical. Weiss looks like the guy that's going to go out there and do anything you ask him to do and do it well.
Yeah, and I think the coaching staff likes him because they were trying to get him the ball a few times yesterday. They were drawing up some plays for him, even though it didn't get him the ball, but they were trying to get him involved when he was in the game.
Hold on. It's 1:08. I got an appointment with my wife. I got to answer these questions first. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Happy hippie. Waddle and Hill. Yeah, it would have been totally different with Waddle and Hill.
D. Eskridge, too, by the way, former first-round pick.
What happened?
D. Eskridge, former first-round pick for the Seahawks. Yeah,
that's a guy we're going to keep. We're going to keep him, too.
Yeah, he looked pretty good yesterday.
Special teams. I think he'll be the other guy. I forgot about him. Thanks, man. I totally forgot about him.
Well, PJ brought him up. Yep.
Anyone else knows the number of outs they ran? Yeah, that's new. Oh, we lost Jason. Yeah. I was impressed with that. I like that. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah. Dare we say there was zip on the ball?
Those were nice throws too. Those were nice routes and nice throws. I liked them. Kenneth Grant, I thought he did really good. I think he's a little puppyish though. He has good speed, but he got a little muscled a little bit. Need a little bit more time. But yeah, I think someone else, Wilkins took a little bit to get. He wasn't good his first season, but the kid's got physical. He's like Savai and I. He's got physical gifts. He needs to work on that chest. That chest is way too the flare. He needs to, get the barrel chest. He's gonna help.
They'll make fun of him, right? They'll make fun of him enough.
I'm telling it like it is. It is. I'm not lying. He can get there. If he gets that, it's like the same thing. Yeah, forget about it. What can he do? Jonas, we got to give the kid time. I think that might be a reason too why people are getting into him, because he might be tentative and he's not used to coming off that foot. I don't know. But I did see it in college when he played right tackle. But yeah, that's a big piece of the puzzle. He's moving to the other side. I don't think we should.
I don't know what Ryan Hayes is doing on this team. He needs to get
looking thin, looking small.
Oh, that's ridiculous. He's another Keon Smith. Who in their right mind's been telling you Keon Smith is any good? I don't know how anybody could say Keon Smith is like. I mean, he's only got less junk in the trunk than I think Eichenberg.
Maybe he can play tight end.
Maybe they had him guard and tackle. Keon Smith is not going to make it this year. I could tell. When a guy gets tossed like that, they just don't got it. That's like the basic. Keon Smith.
Greer's got trade offers for him, right? Take those trade offers, Greer, that you were talking about.
He's a putz. Making me hungry, you say, Dowie. Cody, do you see any similarities between this team and the 90-91 team? Trying to remember.
He can't run the ball.
They had no defense. Their defense wasn't that good. They had Oliver Dottie. They had decent
the 90
defense.
Team, didn't we get Marco Coleman in the 90 draft? That's when 92 was when the defense was okay.
And we couldn't run the football. This team can run the football.
Just Mark Higgs, Sandy Smith. That's the similarity right there.
Beat it receiver. That's about it.
Yeah, we had Jackson, the tight end that year, right?
No, 92. 92, we got Keith Jackson.
That's right. There's a Charger game.
Farrell Edmonds, though, in 1990.
Yeah, Farrell Edmonds. All right. Oh, I thought he was in there in 91. I don't remember those years, man. I've been
Keith Jackson next year.
What happened?
We need a Keith Jackson in the draft next year.
Oh, we do.
I like that Tyler Ward, man. Looks pretty good. I like him for Indy. That's a good. I like him. I was watching him the other day. Just looks like he talk about wanting to hit people.
Oh,
Dude, he knows that. He wants to.
He's good. He's been catching everything. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think they're like the 90-91 team? I don't think so. I think this defense I don't know about the cornerbacks though, but our front is way more ferocious than what we had in 90-91. If I remember, it's so long ago. 30 years ago. I barely remember. I barely remember my kids. I don't remember. I remember like only 2 of them being born. I barely remember the third one these days. I guess that's my own problem. So.
This front seven has the potential to be really good. I do like our front seven. Even our backup linebackers, Willie Gay, KJ. Those guys are veterans, bro.
I think it's am I crazy? Somebody said I think it was Mick Rack maybe said I was crazy. I think it's the best linebacking group we've had in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Gay, Brooks.
And we got hitters. We got guys who can cover. Tyndall.
Yeah, I like it. I think this might be better than the only difference is though you had Webb and Sims that were like, locked down. You had a decent right side. You had Marino.
1990 draft. We got him.
Yeah, we got him in 90, right?
1990, Texas A&M.
Yeah. Go check Marino out from when Dwight Stevenson went down to they drafted Webb and Sims. You can see just craters. Offensive line makes the world go round. Build wise. Yeah. Hey, Garrett, man. Biggest nearly blocked the field goal. Yeah. That guy's really good, man. Psychopath.
I think we got Richmond, Webb, and Coleman in the 90 draft. We got Troy Vincent in 90.
Yeah.
I think we got
what year did we get Cox?
92, I think. 92 is when we drafted.
I love that guy. I love that pad he had on the back, man. That was like so different, man. It was like so cool.
Green back.
Anyway,
and neck roll.
They're not psychopaths, Elward. They're sociopaths. Psychopaths, generally speaking, are people that have zero empathy. They're born with it. It's usually genetically predisposed. Sociopaths are people who eventually become psychopaths through environmental conditioning, through repeated negative behavior. So we got a league of sociopaths, not psychopaths. I know. I used to be one of them. I'm a rehabilitated sociopath. Not really, but sort of. I got off the bridge on that one. Who helped themselves most during that game?
Good question. DS looks returning. I feel like that wide receiver spot is still open. You got to have a guy that can return and has special team value on that wide receiver.
Gordon.
Maybe Bonner.
Ollie Gordon.
Bonner was like nobody. He had a good game.
Yeah,
Bonner started.
I didn't think the cornerbacks were that bad, bro. I mean, there was a couple where it looked like the coverage it was a missed assignment, but like as far as like coverage, I thought the coverage was there for the most part. I mean, I was not. There was no lapse. Besides, remember that one play in the third or fourth quarter where the guy was like wide open. It's like that looked like it was a missed assignment or something or a blitz or something like that. But I thought the corners played pretty. I didn't see.
I don't really watch it till the all 22. I just started the all 22 because it's so hard to figure out until you see it in all 22. So I don't
it looks
really
like you're grabbing a little bit, which I like. Even though Jack Jones, like that one was clearly PI.
I'm glad he's all right.
Yeah, but that's
I
what
think
you
he's
got to
going to
do.
be
You
good.
got to force him to throw the flag, bro. Force him to throw the flag. You know, you got to be a little handsy and grabby. Not like over the top like he was there, but like you got to, that's another problem we don't. Buffalo does that all the time. I always watch the Bills. They're always grabbing their receivers. They're you know what I'm saying? That you
got to know the game, man. You got to know where the ref's at. You got to know what you can do. Yeah. Right? The veterans, they know where the ref's at and they know how to shield it. You know? You got to do it. Everybody does it. Look at Sauce Gardner.
Yep. I think Zach showed he's the number 2. He made it pretty clear right away. Unless things change, Zach's number 2. Money says it.
That might be by default.
Yeah.
Well, it's his first preseason game for Ewers. I understand, but right now, if we had to start next week, who you starting? It's Zach Wilson over Ewers, without a question.
Hey, look at PJ with the out of 6 offensive lineman, Kenneth Grant.
Washington was awesome. Yeah, I thought Taj was the number 6 at the beginning. I didn't know Malik was number 6. I was like, what's going on?
I got confused too.
Taj.
Tyler Lockett 2.0. That's who Taj reminds me of, is Tyler Lockett. The way he plays, when the play's dead and Caleb Williams is out there running around for his life, Taj Washington always found a way to circle back and get open. And that's what Tyler Lockett did for Russell Wilson forever. Like they seem like similar players to me.
Very good point. I never would have thought of that.
Taj was good at USC. Yeah, I used to like him.
That's a good point.
I know all these guys because I play like college football, daily fantasy, and all. That's how I get to know a lot of the players. I played like daily fantasy and all that stuff, so I get to know. Like,
just watch all the Caleb Williams highlights. You're going to see Taj Washington breaking off a route, completely changing his plan and getting open for him.
Yep.
Yeah, I used to know a lot. My memory, I used to like laugh at people who would forget players' names because I was like so into it. I can't remember Jack anymore, dude. I think I'm getting old timers.
We got to get you to wife. 10 minutes ago that you had to go to your wife. It's been 10 minutes.
Oh yeah. Maybe I'm subconsciously avoiding it. Anyway, all right, guys. Thank you for everything. Hallmark romance. I always make fun of him and she like leaves the room. That's like what I'm noted for. So I said, being a bastard, I better do the right thing. All right. So, guys, I appreciate everything for stopping by. Everybody in the comments section. Jason, great to see you. Cody, great as always.
To see you guys. Great to see you guys.
I appreciate everything, guys. Thanks for sitting and listening to us for an hour.
Everybody in the chat, hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe to Ace Curtis. My man.
Guys, I'll see you soon. I appreciate Jason. You always bring good stuff, man. Come back.
Yep.
Good to be on, bro. You guys have a good night.
Jason, Cody, saying good night. Go Fins. And
see you later, guys.
Be well.
Go Fins up.